All right, we are back after a couple of days off. Gonna get back into the Heard It's a Mess There Too album. I'm gonna start trying to listen to stuff on Spotify, see how that goes. Just because I can get the lyrics there typically, although it looks like maybe this song. The first three I saw had lyrics on Spotify. Maybe this one doesn't, but maybe the next one does. I'm gonna do two here back to back. So the next two on the album, so Bag Lunch, and I think the other one was Spin to Win. But we're just gonna move right into these and react. I've been loving the album so far, so let's see where we are on this one. Um, I heard no Bag Lunch off of Heard It's a Mess There Too. I heard it's a mess there too. Let's get into it. Oop, did I miss a second? That was weird. There we go. Almost like a reggae feel to it or something. Slices over Captain Crunch, that's what's up. Elmer Fudd harassing Daffy Duck, do I that's what's up. The magic touch is aptly wrapped up in his rabbit punch. Attackers dumping hazmat into the aqueduct. Splash, that's what's up. Dumping hazmat to the aqueducts. Fever meter map and tapping out the dagger wave. Crashing grapple with the castaway, you crack the cuffs. A little hack and slash, a little razzle dazzle. Sounds like it's like a 1 to 5 kind of chord change. The treasury keepers petty cash and bad luck pennies. I came in the door, a flash flood to the levee, wearing paint made of mashed berries and blood of the Yeti. Bet the mathematics doesn't rattle us, that's what's up. It's adding up to a massive hole where the attic was. Alright, so real quick pause for the music related stuff. Is it in C sharp or D? C sharp, D flat, whatever. If I remember correctly, he's kind of been in like C sharp or D flat quite a bit. But yeah. Something like that. Sorry, this is a little loud. Some like kind of a 5 chord there. Something around there, and then it hits this 5, and then back to it. Really cool groove so far. The little one. It's like a one one and so like the E of 1 and 2 is kind of the hit. The and of 2 are kind of the hits, I think. One 2 and 1 and 1 2 and something around there. Keeping kind of that rhythm flow. It almost makes it feel like it's that almost that reggae, but it's not exactly just offbeat. It's like it's not quite just offbeats. Something in there. But yeah, let's bounce back just a little bit. Man, I really wish I had the lyrics. I can hear what he's saying, but if I had them all printed out, it would make a little more sense in context, I think. Let's go back a little bit. Now that we've discussed what we're hearing music-wise, drum beat, very similar, dry kind of kit to what I've heard so far this album. I really like it. The bass seems like it's kind of it's not a string bass. It's sounds like it's a keyboard kind of a bass thing. Because I'm hearing kind of like some pitch bends and stuff like that. Like that are kind of like slidey a little bit, and then yeah, there's that little organ thing over the top that's kind of keeping that feel. So let's get into it.
A little hack and slash, a little razzle dazzle, that's what's up. Ragtag bunch, bag lunch heavy, the treasury keeps petty cash and bad luck pennies. I came in the door, a flash flood to the levee, wearing paint made of mashed berries and blood of the Yeti. Bet the mathematics doesn't rattle us, that's what's up. It's adding up to a massive hole where the attic was. I'm in the alley where it smells of actual
and a 1 in the E of 2. My bad.
What's up? Buzzing down the Ave, had the whole block shouting, that's what's up when I pass.
And then it's just the and of 2 the 4th time.
Returning to the scene and free as monkeys out the lab. Dag, that's what's up. Goat legs, goat horns, damn it all. Plants all, scarecrows, no corn. You should see the whole horde climb down and go forth. Ghost world exports, rival town folklore. Oh Lord, every atom cut to splatter pump. Predisposed to rabble rats, batting down, that's what's up. At the lily pad, filling nickel bags of funk, ducking all these silly fads. Shit is whack, that's what's
That's so good. That lyric, hold on. At the lily pad, filling nickel bags.
Oh Lord, every atom cut to splatter pump. Predisposed to rabble rats, batting down, that's what's up. At the lily pad, filling nickel bags of funk, ducking all these silly fads. Shit is whack, that's what's up.
Ducking all these silly fads, shit is whack. That's what's up.
Demons doing parlor tricks, witches in the forest making supernatural stuff.
Is that a shout out to Stranger Things?
That's what's up. By Jove, roadside oddity, roam side roads that defy cartography. That drum snatch and run, ragamuffin, that's what's up. Missed you at the double back, catch you at the jackal hunt. Hacks, that's what's up. Is that what's up? That's what's up. That's a pack of travelers acting savage to the maximum. Up before the other team, taut leash in each hand. It looks like I'm water skiing. Well, I'll be damned. Wrong day to reach land. Take the long way around and shake the unseen hand. Sun be a lamb, cold brew vanilla oat. Keep them coming till there's every stupid cell explode. Wrap stickers on his travel mode. That's what's up. Key lime pie, graham cracker crust. I wouldn't trust a single one of y'all to crack the Dutch. Nobody checking y'all like that's the stuff. That's what's up.
Yeah, that was sick. And then spin to win. Yep, so we'll go into it. Cold. I like me a Starbucks vanilla cold brew. I don't know if that's what he was talking about, but heck yeah, dude, that was sick. I liked that. I liked that a lot. A little bit more chill vibe, which I liked. This whole album has kind of been a little bit more of a chill vibe. Now that we're starting to get into the interior, I feel like these are kind of, or that one was kind of more of a chill interior type tune. Yeah, I really liked the recurring "That's What's Up." Sometimes he'd stretch it out. Sometimes he'd say it kind of quick within the rhythm of his flow. Yeah, I liked that. Something like that. I want to say I've kind of heard that arpeggio from some of his bass lines before that. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, really cool. Really, really good. Spin to win. This one sounds like it's got some kind of a keyboard thing too. Yeah. It's kind of a keyboard, super extra percussive keyboard. Ooh, and a little guitar riff. I'm gonna have to learn that. Hopefully I can tune it to the right. I think it's close to E. It might be just a little bit sharp. Out their dogmas after pausing all his moves. The walk is not a mathematics that is taught in schools. The wave is not as innocent as bopping to your favorites. When you opt in as a comic on the dais, I'm saying, when you lock in as a tile in a mosaic, any play as if your molecules can take it. My molecules are holding. I hear you, but I'm picturing my happy place. Somewhere in the smoke and mirrors, Holy Spirit activate. Act a fool or acclimate. A rock can give an actual fuck. The universe will catch up and recalibrate. That's what's up. There's a "That's What's Up" from the last song. Maybe, I don't know. I bet I
I find the crystal and return before you fizzle on the way there. Crowdfunding train fare, yo. I'm in the wind. I show up on a whim. I whip around the woods. I rattle every limb. I dip into the city. I agitate the Sims. I crash into the house. Maybe take it for a spin.
There's the spin. I like how he extended that out. Hold on. Almost like adds a little bit, a little anticipation, a little bit of tension and release there. That's very musical. More than just a cool way to do the lyric.
The on air on. I'm instantly ejected.
All right, let's get this guitar riff before I move on.
Spin. I crash into the house, maybe take it for a spin.
Dum dum da dum. Something in there. And then it's like, so it's got to be played on bass because that last note that it hits is an octave below this low E on a guitar. So it's got to be on a bass played kind of up the octave, and then so like that on the bass, but here I kind of hear it. Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's kind of like this E. Cool. I like it. I like that. It's a kind of a cool little lick. Yeah, it's fun. Whenever he has little guitar licks in his stuff, there's been a couple that I've reacted to that have had real prominent guitar licks. I try to learn them. I'm not a great guitar player by any means, but I can figure some simple stuff out. So that was kind of fun. All right, let's back it up and then finish it out. This is a little bit longer song. Not long by any means, but almost 4 minutes.
I dip into the city. I agitate the Sims. I crash into the house. Maybe take it for
very similar.
Spin.
I love that. Very similar drum kit. Dry snare. A little bit maybe higher pitched, higher tuned snare on this.
The on air on.
I love that.
Ejected from my office chair to haul off and punch a couple cards. Hey, I'm walking here. Office wear with snow tires on its chest piece. And eyeglasses sticking up to start a fire next week. Pour a million, not some arbitrary parking ride to get your party parted from the party side. Starry eyes, sorry. I know you plan for satin black and stark white. The truth is harvested in areas that marbleize. Zero time for the bullshit. He said eating sushi, closing deals at a full sprint. The dotted line wolf print, dollar sign eyeballs. Ever mismatched with other slot machine icons. Wire walker, the watch rogue.
Yeah, it's a little detuned. I'm out of tune. I'm in tune, but it's detuned from what they've got going on, what he's got.
I show up on a whim. I whip around the woods. I rattle every limb. I dip into the city. I agitate the Sims. I crash into the house. Maybe take it.
So I wonder, real quick, just to stop it, I wonder why a lot of his songs seem to be, maybe, I don't know, maybe not a lot, but a few seem to be, that are the guitar songs, that have a guitar riff in them, seem to be slightly out of tune. It's like maybe it's down E flat, so maybe whatever they were just using is tuned down a half step, but it sounds like it might be kind of in between. Is it because like they record the song and then they like time stretch out the beat or something like that so that it's just a tiny bit fraction of a bit slower, and then that makes the tuning out of like standard tuning. I'm just curious if that may be what's happening. It's almost like I wish I could kind of just really jam along to it, but it's like I'd be sounding out of tune, so I'd almost have to like just tune to the song and then play along with it, which is cool. Um, I had to do that, learning guitar and growing up and learning guitar, playing stuff by different bands and artists and stuff like that. They would be detuned a little bit from the recording, or the recording. I would learn that like tape recordings, if they're slowed down, it detunes it to a different key or a different tuning, or up or down a half step or somewhere in between. It's just an interesting thing that I've noticed on some of his stuff.
For a spin.
I love that.
When he cut his palm and bleed on the altar, things change. Lights blinking, earth shaking, people taking sick days. Ghosts in the graveyard, ring the bell 6 ways. Coffin splinters situated underneath the fingernails. Sail searching for the holy grail of zingers. The mingus that digs the shrink wizards into interns. Kingdoms into cinders, entire ecosystems into digits. Dust to dust, it's just business. Trust, the stick and move, rock and strafe. I'm in the spot like a cardboard box with legs. Pop up, shock and dismay. Pop down, just a prop that cannot be explained. It's a problem. The oddly off course nor'easter playing possum wakes and orders up a 12-egg omelet. Lights shooting out from under the door. One thing before you fetch whatever's tucked in the drawer. I'm in the wind. I show up on a whim. I whip around the woods. I rattle every limb. I dip into the city. I agitate the Sims. I crash into the house. Maybe take
Agitate the Sims.
Spin.
Like all the NPCs. He agitates the NPCs. I'm going to finish it in just a sec, but I noticed ever so slightly, and maybe I haven't noticed this and it's been on the other songs too, but I really like the ever so subtle delay that he's got on his vocal, and I just hear ever so subtle delay echo kind of a thing in my left ear, and there's a little bit of a grunginess effect to it, and that's just like such a soft, like the mix was turned way down on the delay, and it's just barely there, only when he ends a phrase and the vocal stops that you can kind of hear just a tiny bit. It's like it's almost like not enough to notice it throughout, but it just gives this ever so slight layer to the vocal that just fills it out and makes it sound really cool and spacey overall, without really hearing that or having that be a focus of the effect that's on his voice. So I think that's really cool. I'm going to back it up just a touch and we'll finish it out.
The Sims, I crash into the house, maybe take it for a spin.
It's really a delay on the whole track, maybe. Because I really hear that percussive keyboard. I hear that in that left headphone kind of delay just a tiny bit. The percussive part of that keyboard, the tapping. That was really cool. Really cool. Chill song. Had a really good feel to it. I liked that it was kind of that E minor type of a feel. I want to say there was another one that was kind of like Cowboy something that had kind of that cowboy sounding E minor feel to it too, or A minor or something. It reminded me of that just a touch, but this was just a little bit more. I like how it had the little E on the keys, like the high pitched keys, like the little octave thing. E. Kind of gave it that scary movie, like from the 80s type feel. Again, maybe a little tiny reference to like the Stranger Things type things or something like that. But yeah, I really liked that song overall. I really liked those last couple. Little bit more stripped down instrumentally, and just everything wise than a couple of the other ones so far on this album, but he's really doing some crazy whimsical type flow lyric type things that's like whimsical and sci-fi and like street, neighborhood, all kind of melded together, and it's really cool. It's like some lyrics like really make you contemplate things. Some lyrics make you try to figure out like what's the riddle, and then some lyrics are just like um just really super simple, real kind of things that you experience in your day-to-day life. So I really like kind of the almost like the trichotomy there, like the trifecta of, sci-fi, real life, everyday life, and like riddle stuff. So I really like it. That was cool. I'm loving this album so far. I feel like this is a very chill album that you can just throw on and just chill to. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, all right, that's it for that next little batch of Ace, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you stick around and give me a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll do another one. All right, peace.